Evening, everybody. So I apologize I didn't get the video posted yesterday. Got a little busy when I had the dentist appointment and all that stuff, so it's getting posted today. You still have the rest of today and tomorrow to be able to watch your video and to take notes on it. So as I said, we're going to be going to solving equations. We're doing single step, two-step, and multi-step equations all in these notes. So our objective is that students will be able to solve for a single variable with at least 80% accuracy on their 10-question assignment. I'm also going to apologize because I actually have to use my mouse to do this today because I forgot the pen at the school. So you're going to have to bear with me. It's going to be a little bit sloppier than normal, but you should be okay to do it. So here's the formulas that we're going to be using: addition property of equality, subtraction property of equality, multiplication property of equality, and division property of equality. And I'm pretty sure that you guys can understand them when you look at them. Like for example, the first one, if A equals B, that little symbol there, the two lines with the arrow, it means therefore. So if A equals B, then or therefore A plus C equals B plus C. Then you have the subtraction, the multiplication, the division properties. We're going to be using this as we do our problems. So first thing, you have this equation right here, 3 over 4x equals 9. This is where that rule is going to come in that I talked about with you guys, that instead of dividing by 3/4, because right here I have multiplication. So instead of dividing by 3/4 on both sides, which is going to get a little confusing, I can multiply here by 4 over 3, and I can multiply this by 4 over 3. Now I'm going to show you two ways of actually doing this, but just to make it easy. So this is going to be 1, so you're left with x equals, and we're going to put this over 1. If you notice this, you can either just multiply straight across, or instead of multiplying straight across, we could go ahead and cancel as well, because you can cancel across multiplication. So the 9 and the 3 will cancel each other out. The 3 is going to become a 1, and 3 goes into 9 3 times. So that's what I got left. So now I've got 3 times 4, which is 12, over 1, giving me that x equals 12. Okay? And that's one of the ways you could do this. If there's another way that you know how to do one of these, I'd encourage you to write it down, and then I will ask on Monday, and you guys can actually show me on Monday. Excuse me, I yawned. You guys can actually show me on Monday, okay? Because there is a couple other ways you can do this. Example number 2. So this one, it's not just one step. We have a couple steps that we have to do. And this is where we talked about doing the reverse of PEMDAS. So you're going to do the opposite order of what we would do when we solve, okay, or simplify. So this is 2 times x plus 3, so I have to get rid of the plus 3 first. I do that by subtracting 3. Now this is that subtraction property of equality, because basically what it's saying is when I subtract 3 to the left side, in order to keep this still equal, then that means I have to subtract 3 to the right side as well. Okay? This is going to give me 2x equals 15 minus 3 is 12. 2 times x, I got to get rid of multiplication, which means I have to do the inverse operation, which is division, by 2. And then I'm going to get x equals 12 divided by 2 is 6. Okay, so here we use the the subtraction property of equality, and then we also used the division property of equality as well. Okay, so now we're going to go to our third and final equation, and this is going to be what you call a multi-step equation. Now there are several different ways you can do this problem as well. I'm going to teach you one of the ways. If you can come up with another way, again, write it down. And I will ask for those on Monday as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is, just like with orders of operations, we would simplify inside the parentheses first and then do outside second. So if I'm going to do the opposite, then that means I'm going to do outside the parentheses first. So I'm going to, this is negative 8 times, so I'm going to divide by negative 8. This gives me 2x minus 1 equals, now I don't need the parentheses anymore because it would just be around these, and there's no need for them at that point. So 36 divided by 8 is going to be what? Well, 8 goes into 32, okay? So we could simplify this by 2. 4, does 4 go into 36? 4 goes into 36 9 times. So I could factor out a 4, which would leave me with a 9 over negative 8. Sorry, negative 2. So that'd be negative 9 over 2. And now you're going to solve the rest of this. So I'm going to add 1 to both sides. This is going to give me 2x equals, when I add 1, I have to put it over 1. Common denominator is going to be 2, so I'm going to multiply this by 2 over 2, giving me, I'm going to do this in a couple steps, so it'd be negative 9 over 2 plus 2 over 2. That'll give me 2x equals, that's going to be negative 7 over 2. And I understand this is not exactly pretty because of the mouse, but we can deal with it. So now I'm going to divide by 2. Well, here, if I divide by 2, I'm going to be putting a line in another 2. So this is where I could also use that same property. Instead of dividing by 2, I can multiply by 1/2. I'm going to get x equals negative 7 times 1 is negative 7 over 2 times 2 is 4. And this can't be simplified, so this would be my answer right there. Okay? Alright, make sure, I'm reminding you again, make sure you have your steps. You have to have your steps. There's no definitions this time, so you just need to get the properties written down as well, but they're there for you. So make sure you have your steps. If you don't have your steps, you won't be getting credit on Monday when you come into class, okay? Be prepared to come in on Monday and do a couple problems. Here are your warm-up problems. Actually, let me do it this way. This will be easier. And let me go ahead and put your warm-up problems on here. Okay. First one. You're solving both of these. Okay, and first one we're going to do 3x minus 1 equals 5. And the second one is going to be 2 times 2x plus 3 equals 7. Okay? I apologize again, these are a little sloppy with the way they're written, but you guys can get it. So here's your warm-up questions. Make sure you write them down and do them, because when you come into class on Monday, I'm picking 2 students to do them on the board, and you'll get your stamp within like 2 or 3 minutes of them doing them. So be ready for class on Monday. We'll see you guys then.